Cards Against Creatures Round 1, Part 2. Inwardly, Sandbar was breathing a sigh of relief, actually glad that his card wasn't chosen this time. He was also now slightly worried about the game moving forward with the kinds of things that would be coming.
Oh, that means that you're the card princess next, Smolder.
Silverstream beamed. Alright, Smolder confirmed, reaching out and drawing a black card. I'm sure you like the sound of that, princess, Gala said to her, giving her a knowing look.
Oh, shut it!
Smolder replied, giving him a similar look. Then she returned her attention to the black card.
The sequel is here. Blank to blank. Oh, that reminds me,
Sandbar chimed in.
Some cards have 2 blank spaces on them, and for those, you just have to submit 2 cards, in the order that you want them to be read out in.
After being updated on the rules, the 5 players in this round took the time to pick out the 2 cards, now putting extra thought into the order in which they would play each card. There was also a small amount of giggling coming from each player as they chose their cards. Once all of the cards had been handed up in the proper order, Smolder took them all 2 at a time and proceeded to read them. Once she drew the first pair, she was already overcome with laughter and struggled to read in one breath.
The sequel is here. Itchy Pussy 2. Explaining how vaginas work.
This was immediately met with a cacophonous roar of laughter from everyone in the room, with many of them falling onto their sides laughing, not even caring how raunchy it sounded. Raising a claw to her mouth to try and calm herself down to continue, Smolder took out the next pair of cards.
Okay, moving on. Okay. The sequel is here, restoring Equestria to its former glory to Apep the World Serpent.
These cards got a good bit of laughter, but still nowhere near as much as the first. Smolder then picked up the next set of cards.
The sequel is here, Anal to a Poop Emergency.
The roars of laughter were back, though still not as high as the first set of cards this round.
Oh my gosh, that sounded like the title of an actual Clop film!
Silverstream laughed.
Wait, how do you know about those types of movies?
Gallus asked her, wiping a tear from his eye from laughter.
Oh, my brother has a huge collection of them. I just stumbled in on quite a few of them whenever I went to his room.
While the rest of the group thought on the implications of that, Ocellus was curious about something else, though.
Wait, you lived underwater for most of your life? How did you have any movies? Magic,
Silverstream answered immediately. Ocellus just blinked.
Well, don't know what I expected. Anyway, moving on,
Smolder continued, picking up the next set of cards.
The sequel is here, seething with quiet resentment to the Yaks.
That got another round of laughter from the group, except for Yona, who simply crossed her front hooves in front of her.
Yona not think that funny. And finally,
Smolder began, picking up the last set of cards.
The sequel is here, making love to a couch to getting fisted by a man with no fingers.
This card again got some laughter, though it was starting to die down.
Well, I think we can all agree that this was the best round so far, and it was the one with me as the card princess.
Smolder announced with pride.
You mean the round that you didn't take part in?
Gallus asked snidely.
I told you to shut it!
Smolder responded, waving a claw at him derisively.
Anyway, I think we can all agree who won this round. Who had the itchy pussy one?
She asked, holding up the black card. Ocellus's cheeks turned bright red as she raised her hoof.
Could you please phrase that differently? Nope,
Smolder responded, flicking the card towards her.
Now you're the card princess. Okay,
Ocellus replied, taking the black card from the point she won, and then drew another to read the prompt.
Equestria is hungry. Equestria wants blank.
The other 5 students began choosing their answers, and they all chose very quickly. With their cards in hoof, Ocellus began reading them off.
Equestria is hungry. Equestria wants a Pringle. They're probably not that hungry, though,
Gallus mentioned.
Equestria is hungry. Equestria wants a piping hot casserole filled with beans and hair.
She moved on quickly.
Equestria is hungry. Equestria wants bisexuality. Well, it didn't exactly say what they were hungry for,
Silverstream commented.
Well, Equestria is hungry. Equestria wants, clearly asking for no cucumbers in my salad, and yet here we are.
Ocellus tilted her head.
The grammar, it's kind of a little off there, and, well, finally, Equestria is hungry. Equestria wants barbecue world.
That last one got a lot of laughs from the group, even Sandbar, who was the only one from a race that was strictly vegetarian.
Okay, I picked barbecue world,
Ocellus announced.
Yes!
Smolder exclaimed loudly, standing up in celebration. When she sat back down again, she threw her arm around Ocellus' neck.
See, we got each other's backs. Oh, so I'm the card princess now.
Silverstream piped up. She then quickly leaned over and drew a black card.
In the past, psychologists prescribed blank as a cure for homosexuality. Ooh, topical,
Smolder commented. Silverstream simply tilted her head towards Smolder in confusion at that.
Why? Is anybody here gay? Because I'm straight.
I'm straight too, Gallus shouted out a bit too quickly though, before quickly slinking back to appear smaller. Sandbar gave Gallus a weird look before responding. Well, I'm not gay, I'm nothing yet. He then looked across from him. Ocellus?
Well, changelings, they don't really have a sexuality, since changing form includes changing out gender, so gender isn't really a factor in relationships for us at least.
She then looked next to her.
What about you, Yona?
Yona brought her hoof to her mouth.
What best sexuality?
Okay, Smolder quickly interrupted.
That's another can of worms entirely. How about we just get back to playing?
With that, everyone chose their cards for this round and handed it over to Silverstream. Beginning, the excitable hippogriff stood up and placed one claw across her chest.
As the card princess, I have a declaration to make, and that declaration is as follows.
She spoke in an obviously exaggerated tone.
In the past, psychologists prescribed doing crimes as a cure for homosexuality.
The way that Silverstream did the address alone got a few chuckles, and then the contents of the first card got more. Well, that could explain why it's not used anymore, Sandbar commented. Equestria has next to no crimes anymore. Silverstream continued in the same manner.
In the past, psychologists prescribed the Philly Scouts of Equestria as a cure for homosexuality.
Starting it young, huh? Smolder commented. Her comment ended up getting more laughs than the card itself.
Okay, in the past, psychologists prescribed assembling IKEA furniture as a cure for homosexuality.
She quickly moved on to the next card.
In the past, psychologists prescribed denying the past as a cure for homosexuality.
Now, that sounds like an old-fashioned cure for homosexuality, Gallus spoke up.
And finally,
Silverstream began.
In the past, psychologists prescribed DJ Pwn 3 digital surround sound as a cure for homosexuality.
Kind of ironic considering the rumors surrounding Vinyl Scratch, you know? Sandbar said. Wait, what rumors? Gallus questioned. Aren't Vinyl and Octavia a confirmed couple?
As a changeling who can sense the emotions of those around her and who has passed by both of them repeatedly, I can confirm, well, yeah, they are.
Hearing about changelings being able to sense emotions like that, Gallus very discreetly shuffled away from Ocellus just a bit. Silverstream then laid out the 5 white cards in front of her, trying to pick out a winner.
Ooh, okay, how do I choose?
She wondered out loud, while stroking her beak. After about 5 seconds, she picked up a card.
I pick, denying the past. Yes! Yona win again!
Yona loudly proclaimed, and reached over and grabbed the black card.
Yona best at this game!
Don't forget that this is the only first round, Gallus said next to her. He then smiled. But I'm having fun.
Me too,
Ocellus continued.
While I still wouldn't feel comfortable using the kind of language in this game around my family or teachers, I feel fine doing it with all of you though.
She then smiled through her red cheeks.
I guess that shows just how strong our friendship really is.
Sandbar also smiled too. I guess Starlight's plan worked for us after all. Although there are still 9 more rounds to go anyway.
I'm having so much fun. I want to keep playing.
Silverstream screamed in excitement. Taking her hands away from her ears after Silverstream's loud exclamation, Smolder cut in.
Before we do, however, how about we take a little break and, get some snacks and maybe come back up here for round 2? We may be here for a long while.
Following a round of affirmations, the 6 students made their way out of the room. As they were leaving after Sandbar, Smolder, Yona, and Silverstream had passed through the doorway, Ocellus turned to Gallus and simply said with a knowing look.
I felt that.
Those 3 words caused Gallus to halt in his stride and his cheeks turned red, as he simply stared at Ocellus. Without missing a beat, Ocellus followed up with,
You're lucky I'm a good friend. Your secrets, they're safe with me.
She ended with a wink. When Gallus just silently grumbled to himself, the only thing that he heard was,
I felt that too.